Well, it's time to cut second cutting hay. I've got the 1755 hooked to the mower. Had to top off the coolant on the tractor, put gas in it, or I guess diesel I should say. I've greased the mower. We're ready to go. I think this tractor is gonna get a head gasket this fall. It doesn't have a blown head gasket per se, but it leaks coolant, I think, out of the head gasket. A little bit right there. And there's a definite leak. And I don't know where else it could come from besides a leak in the head gasket. So the head will probably come off of it this fall. It might get an injection pump rebuild while I'm there. But it's leaky, it's smoky, but it's reliable. So it's Thursday now, and we've got a weather window until like Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday-ish. I'm hoping to square bale a lot of the second cutting, but we'll see. So yeah, it's Thursday evening now. I'm just gonna try to take a crack at cutting while I can. It's kind of wet out still. You can see on the tire here, grass is sticking to it. So I don't know, we might not be able to cut, but if I can get a head start today, that's great. If not, I'll do it all tomorrow. We always have C-130s fly over the farm here. Sometimes they're even lower than this. These guys are on the descent path to Peoria International Airport, but this field I harvested in wheat last year, and this spring I planted it in alfalfa. And obviously that didn't turn out very well. This thing is just full of foxtail, which is kind of a big bummer, but I'm still gonna cut it and bale it. This I'm gonna round bale. There's just no way I'm going to make square bales off of it. And there is some alfalfa down in there, I promise there is, but it's mainly all drowned out. Yeah, there's an alfalfa plant. It's in there, but there's more towards this end of the field, and there's basically none down over there. And this stuff is tall, super thick. I'm having to run the tractor in 3 low, and it's actually making the 1755 snort a little bit. So this is kind of a bummer. I mean, it's gonna make a boatload of hay. A stupid amount of round bales, but I'm probably just gonna sell it as low quality cattle feed because it's already gone to seed, and I'm probably gonna have to ted it too because there's just so much volume here. But this is about 7 acres, 7 acres, and yeah, kind of a bummer, but we'll get it knocked out and move on to some nicer stuff. That first field that I did, the top field, which is just up there, the volume isn't great, but it's some really nice hay that's gonna make perfect square bales, so looking forward to that. Well, that field's done. Real close to the end, I broke a tooth off, and I guess it bent a rock guard while looking at it, so I gotta go back to the farm lot and throw a tooth on that and bend that rock guard back into place. But yeah, this is gonna be round baled for some pretty low quality cattle hay, I'd say. And I don't know, we'll see how it bounces back after this cutting, but I'm probably just going to replant it. Like I said, I planted alfalfa in this, and my whole thought was I'd try it. I've never planted alfalfa before, so my thought was I'd try it, see how it does, and it seems like most of the alfalfa is not there, so oh well, you live and you learn. Well, I had to pull the sickle bar out, and I replaced 2 teeth, and I thought I was gonna have to replace the rock guard, but I think it'll be okay, at least for the rest of this cutting. But I ran out of teeth where I keep them in the barn, so I had to run to the store and get more teeth, and while I was there I got a few other things, but it's getting on 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna run and do these last few fields and we'll be done with cutting. Okay, it is Saturday and it's time to start raking. I haven't used the 55 rake yet this year. It's time. Unfortunately, my paint job is starting to flake off, mainly because I did basically zero metal preparation before I primered it, but oh well. From back here, and even from back here, it still looks alright. So I'm happy with it. This is a great rake. Out of the three I own, it's probably the greatest. New Holland just knew what they were doing when they made paint equipment. But I've got to grease it because it's been sitting in the weeds all summer, and I got to put fuel in the tractor, and then we will go rake. Well, I'm on to the second field here. That first field that I was just recording, that's about 10 acres, a little under 10. And I think this is just over an acre, just up the road from the farm. And there's a lot of clover in it for the second cutting, which is okay, I don't mind that. But it's basically dry. It could probably be baled right now, but I'll give it another day because I'm not in a rush to get this baled. It is super green, but I promise you, this stuff is dried down, and I would not be afraid to bale it. There were a few places on the, what I call the top field, that were still a little wet. But anyway, I took a little break, and I put about 10 new teeth on this thing. I saw a few broke up there in the field, and it was missing a fair amount. I actually need to raise up this side. It's a little low in the dirt. It was missing a fair amount of hay on the ground, but now it's leaving less than 10%. It does leave a lot more in the corners, primarily because this is a straight axle rake and it's not how the offset rake where this wheel is in fact closer to the bar. But this rake was bought brand new by my aunt's father. And I went to the retirement sale. No, her grandfather bought it. I went to her father's retirement sale, and this is one thing they were selling, and he was there at the sale, and he told me that his dad bought this rake brand new, so I had to buy it. So it's not connected to me by blood. She is my uncle's wife. But I just love the fact that I can keep this rake going, and you couldn't even tell it was a New Holland before I painted it. I'll throw up a picture if I can find one when I bought it. The auction was literally in the middle of December, and the moment the auctioneer started talking, it was pouring snow. And then when he stopped, the snow stopped. So it was in the middle of basically blizzard-like conditions that they had this sale. And I got a rake. But a few months ago, he gave me these teeth that he found that were for this rake that were never put on, that weren't included in the sale. So, hey, that's pretty cool. I love the fact that I get to use this. And what a better pair. This is like late 50s, that tractor's 1956. Yeah, pretty accurate, but it's doing a great job raking. It'll be pretty exciting to get most of this baled tomorrow. I think today's Saturday. I think we'll bale some Sunday and then bale the rest Monday, and then after that it'll be on the round baling, and then after that customer stuff. So it's going to be a lot of haymaking here for a little while, but I just wanted to stop for a little bit and tell you about this here rake. Okay, first load is getting taken down with the H. I've got the second load here behind the tractor. We're gonna take these back to the farm lot, unload them, and then come back up and keep going. I think we're about halfway done, and there's probably 80 bales between the two racks, so it'll be less than I expected, but we'll be able to get the field done sooner than I anticipated, which is good. Primarily because today's Sunday, tomorrow they put rain in the forecast, so I'm gonna have to kind of hurry to get these square bales put up so that I can start round baling and get everything up before it rains, which that's a real bummer because they were saying we'd have Monday and Tuesday, but oh well, that's how it goes. So we're gonna get this down to the farm. Well, day one of baling is done. We've got, I don't know, about 180 bales in here. I tried to keep count, and, well, that's how it ended up. This really nice, hard to tell on the camera, let's bring some out in the light, but it's more like a blue, it's really cool. Blue grass hay, so got that all in the barn. That was 4 wagon loads, and the baler only missed 2 bales. But at the end, it started making one side, this side, longer than this side, tying this side longer, and making the bales a little bananaed. I don't know why. I'm going off the theory that something in there ran out of grease. I did grease it today, but it just goes through grease so fast. So everything is re-greased, ready for tomorrow. I'm not going to be doing much tomorrow. It's like they know I'm recording. Anyway, I'm not going to do much with the square baler tomorrow. I am going to round bale a good amount, but it is still going to get some use. But this is the first time I've ever baled hay with the 1655, and it did a phenomenal job running the 46. It's a little overpowered, but I love this setup. this is how I'm going to do it from now on. It is a little inconvenient to take the loader off, but it's only like 10 minutes of your time. And the H was pulling wagons as well, so it did a good job, handled a full wagon load well. It's always good to give that tractor a job, and it just looks so pretty with its new paint. So that is where we're at today. It's about 8 o'clock now, and also I got the forward grain truck in here with all of the straw bales because I needed room over here in this shed. So I won't add too much more tomorrow, maybe 50, 75 more bales, but we're coming to a close on second cutting. And what a beautiful day for it. It was like 80 degrees, and now it's probably getting down towards 70. It is just absolutely beautiful out. We had some terrible days where it was 95, real feel 110, and this is a nice relief. So we'll pick back up tomorrow. Okay, second cutting is done. It's about a week after I filmed the last clip, and in that time I went ahead and got all my customers' stuff done, which I decided to not film because there would just be so much footage I wouldn't really know what to do with it. And got the loader put back on the 1655 and got bales brought home that were mine. But I think I ended up with around 230, 250 square bales. I've sold most of the straw at this point, which I was keeping in the back of the forward grain truck. But this is the shed. And we've got a lot of hay in here. Like I said, about 230 bales. So that worked out really good. Got a lot of squares, and I think there's 9 round bales over there that I just brought home. So most of the equipment's put away. I've got to find a place to put these hay racks now. But that was a lot of hay in about a week and a half's time. So not bad for some old equipment. But this thing was great on the square baler. I loved it. It's put a lot of time in this cutting. Just a great tractor. Oliver did such a phenomenal job on these small frame tractors. And I did not end up using the 1650 with the sickle bar mower, and I feel kind of bad about it. I wanted to use it, but I really just needed to get hay cut and on the ground, and well, that's a 7-foot bar, and the mower conditioners are 9-foot bars, and they condition the ground. I would love to find an Oliver conditioner. It'd be really cool if I could run them in tandem. This does have a PTO, but it doesn't have the hitch, so I'd have to either custom fabricate a hitch or find an 82 with a hitch to fab onto this one. But at the very least, I can run an Oliver conditioner behind one of the tractors after cutting. But for now, it's gonna sit. And I guess another bummer, the 620 baler, obviously you noticed that the international baler was used, the Model 46. That's because this 620 probably needs a new gearbox, which that's okay. It would sit and it would run fine, but when I took it to the field and I started baling with it, everything stopped moving, besides the flywheel was turning. So I looked inside of the gearbox and it looks like it's hard to explain. I'll try to show you the gearbox. There it is. Hard to see, I know, but big gearbox in there. There's basically a pinion gear that comes off of this and drives one big large gear that drives the rest of everything. And that pinion gear is pretty stripped out. So the Model 62 baler I have over there is the same exact gearbox. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to rob the gearbox out of that to put in this, or try to find a different gearbox entirely to put in this. Because I want to bale hay with this thing. I know the knotters work. It's just in phenomenal shape. It's been repainted, but it's just so cool. And you don't see that many Oliver balers around. So you'll be seeing this later. It might be a winter project. We'll see if I get to it or not. But that is second cutting. Now it's on to fair season. We've got a local show coming up, and Half Century of Progress is 10 days from now, I think. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up, and I need to get these hay racks put in their home, wherever that may be, and button up a few more things, get tractors put in the shed. But that's it. That's second cutting done. We're moving on to working on the trailer, which I'm filming a video on that right now. And then we will be into recording the fairs. So that's about it. You actually haven't seen my face in a while, so hey, how's it going? But as you have seen before in the videos, this is the 40th anniversary of Green Gold Acres, the farm. And the YouTube channel just hit 2,000 subscribers, which is like, I think it's been 1,000 subscribers total in the last month and a half that I've gained. I was at like 800, and then I started putting out a bunch of videos, and now we're at 2,000. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that watches the videos, and thank you for leaving comments. I'm never gonna say like and subscribe and all that stuff. I just don't want to, but I do really appreciate all the support and letting me bring you along on all of my shenanigans that I do here, and showing all the old equipment and what a small farm is like in this day and age. I just wanted to put at the very end of the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This channel has grown way more than I anticipated it was going to, and I hope I hope I make content that can reflect the community support. So thanks a lot. Keep a lookout for the exciting Rantoul videos that will be coming out.